So I was there with a couple friends, and the whole 2016 campaign was so organic. It was an incredible experience, and we just totally, really learned this game from scratch. So I had two good friends. One of them happened to be Tommy Hicks, who's now co-chairing the RNC. So it's nice to have some people we trust in all aspects of conservatism, which is a little different than in 2016. And Tommy and my other friend come up to me and they go, "You got to meet this guy, Don." Now bear in mind, you know, when they talk about Russia collusion, at this point in the campaign, we couldn't collude to order a cheeseburger. Like I had no idea what was going on, right? We're like, I'm just going to go wherever my dad is, and give me a mic, I'm reasonably good with one, and we'll go from there. And so they say, well, you know, tell me about him. Well, he runs this great student organization, he's trying to grow it. I go, okay, you know, he knows this game, he knows about politics, he knows all the players. I go, okay, well, give me a little bit more. They go, he's 22 years old. I go, stop! We got enough people that don't know anything. We don't need another 22-year-old who doesn't know anything. You got a 41-year-old that doesn't know anything, like right here. We got plenty of those people. You know, we got guys that have accomplished it in business and every other walk of life, but politics was new. These guys are good friends and rather persistent, so I did trust them, and I took the meeting. And it was one of the smartest things I've ever done. You know, I sat down, and within 5 minutes, I just go, congratulations, you're traveling with me. True story, right? I mean, that was not such a glamorous job, for the record. You know, between Tommy and Charlie, it was literally, you know, everything from baggage handler to fundraising. I mean, we did it ourselves. I mean, this wasn't a team. We didn't even have an assistant. There was no one booking our travel. There was no one booking our security. It was, I remember, you know, on days, and Charlie can attest to this. I mean, I'm doing radio, live radio interview, while closing fundraising calls with people like Foster. So I'm like, okay, you got to Trump, thanks for your support. I'm literally handing the phone back and forth to Charlie, just getting it done, because that's what would be okay with Donald Trump Jr. flying on Air Force One to China as a journeyman investor and coming back 5 days later with $1.5 billion, with a B, billion dollars. I don't think so, right? I think they had a little problem with that, right? It's funny, we were with a couple, you know, the media keeps saying that this didn't happen, although it happened because I was there. We were with a couple of very famous investors last week. You were there, in the room in New York doing a fundraiser. Some of the biggest guys in the world, right? Bought and sold companies you all have heard of. And my dad, as a joke, sort of said, hey, what would happen, do you think, if a journeyman investor went over to China? We'll just keep them out of the paper because they don't want to necessarily be that vocal about it, but went over to China and came back a week later with $1.5 billion. He goes, what are the chances of that? He goes, well, zero, unless they're buying you. Which of course they were. My dad goes to this investor, so how long did it take you to get into China? He goes, 9.5 years. This is someone with a 30-year track record of buying and selling companies. You know, he probably hasn't done one that you haven't heard of. 9.5 years. Hunter Biden can go over there. I say, you know what? The way to solve the fake news media problem, next time my father goes to China, I should go with him. And I should come back with $1.5.